Hey, how's it going, Ken? My name is Byron. I spoke to you just a few minutes ago over the phone about sending this video over. I'm pretty familiar with most of the companies here in Houston, most of the plumbing companies here in Houston. I'm located here. I also work with plumbing companies throughout the entire United States. I help them improve upon their online presence, and that's one of the reasons why I decided to reach out to you guys. I wanted to send this video off to you guys, giving you some tips and tricks on some things you can be doing to improve upon your online presence as well. As you know, in 2023, having an online presence is very important for a business. We're in a digital age now where most businesses are promoting and advertising themselves on the internet. So with that being said, here's a couple of things that you could be doing to take advantage of this moment in time. When your future plumbing customers are looking for plumbing services within the Houston and surrounding areas, they're typically coming into Google like most people do, right? When they're searching for solutions to a problem or they're searching for things, they tend to come into Google. So your future customers will come into Google and they'll probably put in these keywords such as plumbing Houston. They'll hit search. And the first thing that most people typically see when a page opens up is the Google Ads section, right? Believe it or not, there's a whole lot of companies now that are coming into Google and they're paying to have these ads put up here. Keep in mind, though, that the beauty of this section is that you're only ever charged when someone clicks on this ad. So if someone were to click on sentoffplumbing.com and they click on this link right here, then sentoffplumbing.com will be charged. If no one clicks on this link, then sentoffplumbingco.com will not be charged. Right below the ad section is called the Google Maps section. Right below the Google Maps section is called the organic or SEO section. And these are the three main ways that most businesses are bringing in customers now, and the whole goal is to have you within this top ad spot right here. And we can do that by providing you with a really good landing page that's going to convert traffic into phone calls, form submissions, and a combination of the two. I want to repeat myself one more time. The whole goal is to have you within this top ad spot right here, and we can do that by providing you with a really good landing page that's going to convert traffic into phone calls, form submissions, or a combination of the two. And there's a couple of tools we tend to use to make this whole thing possible in order to get you to this top ad spot. And the first tool that we typically like to use is called Google Keyword Planner, and it's where we go to see how much volume a certain keyword generates per month. And another cool thing about this tool is that it allows us to see exactly some of the other relative plumbing services that people tend to search for within the Houston and surrounding areas, such as plumbing repair, plumbing emergency plumbing, plumbing services, water heater repair, water heater installation, and so on. And it allows us to see how many people are searching for it per month. Also, it gives us the amount of searches. So this is a decent amount of searches. And what this tells us is that the plumbing business within Houston and surrounding areas is pretty lucrative at the moment. But for right now, I want to focus back in on the word plumbing. And as you can see, plumbing in the greater Houston area is generating between 10,000 to 100,000 searches per month. And the cost per click is about $18.64. What this means is that whenever someone were to go into Google and they use this specific word, which is plumbing, right? So someone goes into Google, they click plumbing, they hit search, and they come across an ad and they clicked on this ad, sentoffplumbingco.com will be charged $18.64 each time someone clicks on this ad, right? Keep in mind that a decent conversion rate for paid ads is about 10%. I want to say that one more time. A decent conversion rate for paid ads is about 10%. That means that about 10% of the people that click on your ad are actually giving you a phone call or they're filling out forms on your landing page. So if you were running an ad for Plumbing Houston at this moment and you had a really good conversion rate, you will be paying about $186.40 per lead. Also, I believe I saw an offer on your website where you were giving out like $100 off for water heater installations. And I believe water heater installations at the moment, the cost per click is about $9.27, if I'm not mistaken. I want to find it. Yes, as you can see, water heater installation, it's getting a decent amount of searches per month. It's getting about 100 to 1,000 searches per month. And the cost per click is about $9.27. And you remember when I told you that a decent conversion rate or a pretty good conversion rate is about 10%. So you'll be paying about, if you were to run an ad, you will be paying about $92.70 per lead. Just for a water heater installation lead, you'll be paying about $92.70. Also, another tool that I typically like to use is called SpyFu, and it's where I like to go inspire on our competition. Right. The only thing you have to do is put your competition's URL in here. So SynthOffPlumbingCo.com. You hit search, and what this does is it brings up your opponent's stats. So as you can see, our opponent is paying for 24 keywords per month. They're only getting 25 clicks on their ad per month. And also, their ad budget is $1,445. What this means is that they're just basically spending this amount of money just to run their ads. Also, their cost per click is pretty low at this moment, and there's probably a decent reason why, and I'll touch on that in a few moments. Another nice thing about this tool is that it allows us to see the other companies in the Houston area who's also running ads, and it also gives you an idea of what like keywords are bringing in the most like clicks or most traffic when it comes to running ads. So you can probably use some of these keywords for your ad campaign if you decide to, run an ad. Google has a quality score that it typically likes to use when it comes to ads. It breaks quality. It breaks basically ads down into three sections, and it focuses on three categories. Right. The first category that Google tends to grade its ads by is called ad relevance. And what ad relevance typically means is, does this specific keyword that is searched in the search engine, right? Does this specific keyword, which is plumbing at the moment, matches anything in the headline? So if your headline doesn't have plumbing in here, then there's a chance Google will deduct points from you. And when it deducts points from you, chances are your ad won't show up most of the time. It might show up at the bottom of page one, or it might show up on page two. So it's sort of a matching game. You want to make sure that what's ever searched up in here is also within your headline. This is called a headline. So you want to make sure that those two things matches at all times. Another thing that Google tends to grade its ad campaigns by is called click-through rate. And what your click-through rate means is how often is someone clicking on your ad as opposed to your opponent. And in order to have a good click-through rate, you must have as many silent extensions as possible. So what you want to do is you will want to come in here, and you will want to use these silent extensions for the type of services that you provide. So if you were to do water heater repair, water heater installation, drain cleaning, kitchen plumbing, bathroom plumbing, and so on, you want to fill these silent extensions up with as much information as possible in order to give customers an idea on the type of services that you provide. Because the more information you give, the chances are they'll be clicking on your ad, right? Basic common sense. Another thing you'll probably want to focus on with these silent extensions is focusing on your location. So if you're working in the Pearland, Pasadena, Katy, Sugarland, uh, Richmond, and so on, if you're working in all of those areas, you want to use silent extensions for those as well. You also want to use silent extensions for, your phone numbers. If you have multiple phone numbers or multiple offices, you want to use silent extensions for those. You just want to use silent extensions for as much information as possible. The more information you give a customer, the chances are they're clicking on your ad. The last and final thing that Google tends to grade its ad campaigns by, and probably the most important and effective thing, is your landing page. And this is an example of a landing page right here that we typically run with our ads. No, it will not replace your website. It's just a landing page that we like to use for our ad campaign because it converts really well. Also, this is just an example of a landing page we typically use for a client. It's not the actual landing page that we use, that we will be using for you if you decide to, work with us. So, like I was saying, this is just an example. We use this landing page because it converts really well. It's high quality. And the number one thing that Google tends to focus on when it comes to landing page is your keywords. So, do you have specific keywords such as plumbing as well within your landing page? Because these are like the specific things that people are searching for, right? So, you want to make sure that your landing page matches what people search for, right? So, as you can see, plumbing right here. You want to make sure that the word plumbing or plumber is also within your landing page. Another thing that Google wants your landing page to have is multiple calls of action. These are called calls of action right here. And it's just basically you giving customers as much information as possible on how they can contact you. So we have multiple calls of action as soon as, customers come to our landing pages. We have two call two calls of action right here. We have another call of action right here, which is get a quote. So you want to have as much calls of action as possible because Google really likes that. The more call of actions you have, chances are people will contact you immediately. Another thing that Google tends to like for landing pages to have is a good landing page that is mobile responsive. And what I mean by that is, does your landing page load up really fast when it comes to, when it comes to people searching for your ad, or comes to people using mobile devices when they come across your ad? So does your landing page work on mobile devices such as iPhones, Androids, tablets, iPads, and so on? If not, chances are Google will deduct points from you. And when it deducts points from you, your landing page and ad will not show. And when your landing page and ad doesn't show, you're not getting any traffic, you're not getting any business, and you're not bringing any revenue. Just basic common sense, right? So you want to make sure that you have a good ad relevance, right? You want to make sure that your ad campaign has a good click-through rate. And the most important thing is you want to make sure that your ad campaign has a really good landing page that has multiple keywords within their landing page, such as plumbing and plumbing. You want to make sure that your landing page has multiple calls of action, like I spoke on. And you also want to make sure your landing page has a good mobile responsiveness, right? You want to make sure that it works really well on mobile devices. If you were to do all of these things correctly, chances are you'll be driving in a ton of traffic with your ad campaigns. If this is something that you're interested in, you can give me a call at 832-388-7490, and I'll be happy to help. Once again, my name is Byron. Have a great day.